Into the Radius has just received a new update 2.7, the little things. And in this video we're going to be covering what's been added to the game, alongside what's coming next. And I know I've been gone for a while, but I have my reasons. So without further delay, let's get into the video. Starting off, we have a new weapon into the Radius. It's called the MP412 Rex. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to refer to it as the MP Rex. The MP Rex is a double action revolver that shoots in 357 Magnum, the exact same ammo as the Desert Eagle. The community has been asking for a revolver type gun for a long time, and it's great to see that we finally have one. The MP Rex holds 6 rounds, and one of my favourite features about it is that it auto ejects spent casings when you go to reload it. Currently in 2.7, there's no speed loader for the MP Rex, so you have to manually load it one by one. However, I don't see that being a big deal, just because we've all been wanting this for such a long time. We don't mind loading it one by one. And saying that, the MP Rex holds some special qualities that I think might be interesting. You can spin the cylinder on the MP Rex and you can play a good old fashioned game of Russian roulette. In games like Pavlov and such, you can play Russian roulette, but into the Radius, it just feels more real. I also mentioned the MP Rex being a double action revolver. What this means is basically there's 2 steps into firing it. However, I don't really think it does anything. I didn't notice any differences between the speed of me pulling the trigger and the bullet flying out, so I think it's just there to make people happy. And if you press one of the interact buttons on your controller, it will pull back the hammer manually. As I said, I don't think this adds any sort of benefit towards the gun. I'm sure this is just something to make people look at and be impressed. And from the few hours of me using the MP Rex, it's by far one of my favourite guns to use now, but it's not very practical due to the lengthy reload. However, the best part about the MP Rex is the fact, you know what, I may as well just show you. That's right, the MP Rex has access to the B-rail attachments, including the S-rail attachments, so you can turn this thing into a pocket sniper. However, I wouldn't recommend it, it's practically useless. I love the fact you can't fit a Kedler in your sidearm pocket, but you can fit this monstrosity in it. However, you can turn this thing into an absolute beast at close range by putting a B-rail laser sight on it and an S-rail laser sight on it. You cannot aim with it, but you can definitely help fire. There's a lot you can do with this gun, a surprising amount. I mean, you can cock the hammer, spin the cylinder, put B-rail attachments on it. There's a lot you can do compared to the other guns. Well, I mean, in the other guns you can't play Russian roulette either, so. If this ends up being one of the last guns we get into the Radius, well, I think this is a great way to end it. Alongside of 2.7, we have new things to collect. They're called Pincho toys. They're little plushies of the unofficial mascot of Into the Radius. It's the spawn that wouldn't. It's hard to explain. You had to be there for it. I've not been able to find them yet. I've been looking for a good few hours now. However, I've just not been able to see them. If you know where they are, please put them in the comment section. Let me know. And if you thought the food in Into the Radius couldn't get any better, more exquisite, should I say, we've got a new edible item. Sunflower seeds have been added to Into the Radius. They're little seeds that you can eat, and once you're done eating them, your character will spit out the shell. Unfortunately, you can't be a complete degenerate and eat all the seeds all at once. You have to wait until you spit the first seed out to eat another one. It kind of sucks, not gonna lie. And this part of the update, it only applies to the ones who bought the support edition. If you bought the support edition for Into the Radius, you now receive a couple of new camos for your weapons. The weapon skins are pretty cool, I won't lie, and I think it's a really cool way to give back to the community for giving a little bit extra for the game. Alongside all this, we get a few minor bug fixes and quality of life improvements. What update isn't without those? And honestly, this is a really good update despite it being such a small one as well. And that's all I have to say about 2.7. I know it wasn't much, however, the update is called The Little Things, so. And for those who don't know, 2.8 is probably the last update Into the Radius will ever receive. Mainly because they're making a new one. There's nothing known about Into the Radius 2 or the sequel of Into the Radius, however, all we know is that it's in the making, that has been confirmed. When the last update for Into the Radius comes out, I will be making another video about my final thoughts on this game. Obviously, I've already made one of these videos before. My first Into the Radius video was me talking about the game. However, since I've put more time into it since then, and there's been so much more content in between, I feel like it's only right to do it one last time. This doesn't mean this is the last video of Into the Radius, or 2.8 will be the last video I'll make on Into the Radius. I'll have plenty of things to talk about the game and more videos to do with mods and just regular playthroughs. However, with that being said, is there anything in particular you would love to see in the sequel of Into the Radius? Or just some things you'd rather not see make a comeback? If you have any ideas, please leave some comments, talk about it. And with that being said, I want to explain myself on where I've been. For those who are unaware, or this is probably your first video you've ever seen of me, I took a small break for a while, for about almost 4 months actually, and the last video I did of Into the Radius was 8 months before that. There is a reason why though. In the UK it got very, very warm, and next to impossible to wear a headset, or a VR headset. It was hot and it was sweaty and I couldn't do it. And to top off, once things did cool down, my computer started to not work anymore. It still played games, but trying to do anything in VR or even play games like Arma 3, it just crashed and blue screened a lot. So I couldn't really do anything. And so I had to wait until I got myself a new PC. It was a very frustrating time for me because I had so many things I wanted to make videos of. And like there were so many updates of Into the Radius that I missed because of it. So expect more videos from me a lot more frequently. I say this almost at the end of every video, right? And it just never happens. But a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around and to the people who subscribed while my channel was dead. And it means a lot to know that people still watch my videos, and you know, it brings a lot of motivation to get this video out as soon as I could. And if you're wondering what the next video is going to be, it will be an Into Radius video, so don't worry, that's still going to happen a lot. Thank you again for watching the video, it really does mean a lot to me. If you liked the video, leave a like and perhaps a comment, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing. Also, what would you like to see in the next Into the Radius game? With all that, I'll see you in the next one.